What do you say? Is there like a, I don't know, with St. Patty's Day,
Rabbit,
is there like a, no, that's not rabbit.
Okay.
I'm sure there's something you're supposed to say. I don't know what it is though, but just pretend I'm saying it. And to all of you watching and listening, that on this St. Patty's Day.
Irish or Gaelic, but don't they have like slante or something, like all these writings?
Yeah, I don't know what that is. It's I don't know how you say it.
I hope I didn't swear. Did we just get canceled? Luck of the Irish to you, do you know?
Yeah.
Top of the pot of gold morning to you. I's the by.
Top of the pot of gold morning to you. That's exactly what we say. That's right. Yeah. Well done. Good job by you. Hey, welcome to the show, everybody. It's a Friday. We are here in the Tower Chrysler studios. You know, when it comes to being festive on this day, you're not going to find a more St. Patty'd up dealership in our city than Tower Chrysler. They're painting all the vehicles. They've painted green. If you want to buy any vehicle that isn't green today, you're out of luck. Only green vehicles on the lot today. Nothing
just out there slapping.
It's always deals, right? It's Tower Chrysler. But all green vehicles, 80% off at Tower Chrysler today. Yeah.
Holy moly.
What a deal.
And if there's any sort of discrepancy between the real pricing and that, Dean will cover the gap for you.
That's right. Yeah. Yeah, that's exactly right. Well, look at you. You got some green on there. What do you is that Kelly's Irish something? Is that a real place or is that just kind of a
Irish
shirt?
Crimes, Washington D.C. since 1978. Yeah. This was a Rhett gift to me when I turned 40. I believe he gave me a subscription to the Dive Bar T-shirt club for 6 months. So I have six different dive bars / pubs from around
6 of those beauties hanging around.
And one happens to be green and says Irish. So if there's a day I wear it, it's frickin' got to be this one, plus any others that need to happen, right? Got to have some green.
Yeah, you know what? I don't have a whole lot of green in the old.
That's a very forest green. You've got a navy green.
Yeah. I have a Brett Favre Packers jersey somewhere. I have a Clay Matthews Packers jersey, and somewhere.
Packers fan?
You know what? I really liked Favre. You know, he was kind of. I did like Favre. The Matthews one, I think I got it for like $5. It was like cheapy.
Oh, that's good.
Oh, I can't say no to this deal. I don't think I've ever worn it. I don't know that. I think it came home. It's probably still got tags on it because he had been. Where did he go after Green Bay? Was it Seattle?
Matthews?
Where did he go? Yeah,
I feel like he retired, but I might be.
Maybe
this is not. Don't come here for your NFL roster.
Hey, such good hair. God,
wouldn't have had a tough time finding pretty ladies being a pro athlete with good hair.
No,
in Green Bay, Wisconsin.
Yeah, just shredded, V'd out, great hair, big fat
linebacker. Yeah.
God. Yeah.
Dreamboat, dude.
And somewhere in this house, but I have dogs and kids and wives and all kinds of things, so it's hard to find stuff. I have a special Calgary Roughnecks St. Patty's Day jersey because they do up they're
going tonight at the Dome.
That's right. It's kind of their thing, and they wear the jerseys. Let me text up my dumb kid and see if it's in there. But they put they got the roughneck guy on the chest, and then he's wearing green and stuff, and they got the numbers and everything else. It's very fancy. It's a great idea.
Okay then, fair, fine.
Yeah. On the show today, we are going to we're going to have a visit. What time are we thinking? Are we is it time sensitive? Yeah, 11ish.
I just think out of respect for this particular person, got their hands full today. Yeah. So probably sooner's better. And then also if they've carved out a little window, we match up with that. Sounds like 11.
Mm-hmm. Mad Rose Pub.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Like the Super Bowl of pub days. This is your Talladega of pub days of the year.
Yeah. We were thinking, you know what we should do? We should go up to Mad Rose on St. Patty's Day and let's do a show from there. We'll take the cameras and the lights and we'll get set up and we'll go up there. Won't they think that's great to have us there on St. Paddy's Day? And then we kind of got thinking about it a little bit more. If you losers could not take up 2 or 3 tables at my bar on St. Paddy's Day, the Super Bowl of days, that would be great. Yeah. That's kind of what we're thinking was the response we were going to get. So instead, we'll just say hi to Matt and encourage everybody to go.
Yeah, I think Matt would have been very kind, but I think it would have been a really silly ask. Like, hey, this day where you're rammed and there's no empty tables and people keep flooding in asking for tables, could we take 2 or 3?
Yeah.
I mean, we'll just be smart. He'll invite us and all that, but we'll say, look, we'll find a random Tuesday for you when you got plenty of tables. We don't want to, choke off your business here on Super Bowl day.
Hey guys, thanks for directing traffic to my place on the busiest day of the year. Really appreciate it. How about some friggin' Tuesday when nobody comes here, when no one goes out to the bar? Maybe that would be a better day. So whatever. But hey, get out there, enjoy yourself today. Have some green beer. Do whatever you do. What else? Green beer. Is there food? What do you do? Meatballs? Irish stew? I don't fucking know what you do.
It's Guinness. That's what you're eating all day. Huh?
Yeah. I was talking with Princey about this one the other day. I was well into my life before I had my first Guinness because I'm not a big dark hoppy, black beer drinking kind of guy.
It looks like
it is
very light beer.
It looks like it's going to punch you in the mouth when in fact it's actually quite delicious.
Yes.
And
when did you find this out? 30 years ago?
It's embarrassing. No, it's embarrassing, dude. I don't want to talk about it. Very late in
life.
This is very late in life.
The characters we have on the show.
Yeah.
Character boom.
It was actually It was actually that dumb Warner.
Yeah.
That dumb Warner. I think it was the first year we started working together. Of course, St. Paddy's Day. We got to go out. I bought a bar. Okay. Do you remember he did that?
I do. Halfway down McLeod.
Yeah. Yeah. He that was his idea post career to buy a bar where I could just show up and drink for free. Well, you paid to get in with the ownership of the
bar. Bottom line's got some damage here. Why are we promoting so much alcohol? Oh, that's the owner's tab. Jesus.
Sadly, that bar is no more.
Last, eh?
But who could have seen it coming other than every person in Rhett's life who was a business person who said, what are you thinking? Don't put your money into a bar. Stupid. You idiot. Maybe buy some real estate or land or something that might survive more than 15 months.
Buy some boring mutual funds or, bank stocks or something. Not sexy at all. Can't brag them up at the bar, but actually will make you money. Won't take your money away from you.
Good idea at the time. Good idea. I wish it would have gone better for him. I don't think it's that he necessarily drank the profits, but I haven't heard otherwise.
I was going to say that wasn't the case. We don't have concrete evidence that he didn't drink away the black ink either. So,
well, how about the game last night? We did Afterburner at the Grey Eagle Resort and Casino last night. We talked about it on this show. I don't know that we had high hopes going into that game last night. And I said last night to you, if you'd have told me after, get ready. It's going to be close for a while, but by the time it's all said and done, 7-2 is going to be the final. It would have been, who on the Flames got the 2 goals? So
how many losses
Flames scored?
Bedard territory?
Right. So 8-1 in Vegas is how it would go. But they found a way in this one. They piled things up as 7-2. I was gonna say it's not indicative. I guess it kind of is. Vegas wasn't great last night. They get 6 by Jonathan Quick. Markstrom had to face just 19 shots. I don't know many teams that go in there and hold the Golden Knights to under 20. It felt like Vegas, like they would get 20, they'd get 20 on you in the first period and change, where they would come out of the gates and just blow your doors off. They'd be all over you. But credit to the Flames. You see there, 0 for 4 in the power play, so the penalty kill's perfect. Kept them to under 20. You better win, right? That's the thing with this Flames team. We've seen that sort of a performance here and there where you limit shots and you get a bunch yourself and you still walk away. But I guess, and I said to you, and I'll ask you again, now that you've slept on it for a couple hours, is this a big win? Or is it a win in Vegas at the end of the season too little too late, in your opinion?
Well, I mean, they believe they're alive and they think they can get in, so it is a big win. It may prove to not be one if you lose your next two or fall to Anaheim next Tuesday. This is the tough part of their schedule remaining, which isn't saying a lot because they've been better than the top 10 in the league than the bottom 10 for whatever reason. But it was Vegas last night. It's Dallas, LA, Anaheim, Vegas. So that's 4 of 5 against playoff teams. They then have San Jose at home and then LA again. And after LA, that's it for teams we know are going to make the playoffs. They have 1 Winnipeg, 1 Nashville. Flames are hoping both those teams finish outside of the playoff picture because they've been on such a heater. So we're talking about 13 games and only 4 left against legit. They're going to be in the playoff teams. So, yeah, you call that a big win.
Terrible schedule, yeah.
But you just, until we see the Flames beat up on bad teams, I don't know that strength of schedule means anything, right? Like for most teams, playing the bottom 10 is great. And playing the top 10 is very tough.
I mentioned, yes, we were talking about Dom from The Athletic. He puts out his strength of schedule list based on opponents, where they are in standing, wins, losses, and all of that. And the Flames have, I think it's the 4th best, depending on how you look at it. Of course, to your point, it's you would think the Flames would look at it and say, all right, let's make hay. We've got one of the best strength of schedules coming up here. But to your point, they have not fared well against non-playoff teams or teams below them in points.
You mentioned it was last night a big game. They go from 17% probability of making the playoffs in Dom's model up to 30, because it's not just a win against a quality opponent in Vegas, but it's also losses for Winnipeg and Nashville on the same night. That's a big swing when you've almost doubled your probability in the course of one evening. And if they had not won last night, it would have been okay. Let's anyone free to torture these guys, waterboard them, put razors under their nails. Like, nothing would be off limits if they found a way to lose a lead last night and not take advantage of that out-of-town scoreboard. They're screwed. They're not good enough. These dummies can't get it done. So, yeah, I will say it was a big win at this juncture. It may prove not to be, but right now, on this day, in the present, big win.
Yeah. Is there a scenario in the near future where, as we look at these standings today, the Flames with 76 points are 3 back of Winnipeg? Both have played 69 games. Is there a scenario that exists where Flames fans will stop focusing on the Jets and start keying in on the Predators because of those games in hand? It depends on how they do, obviously, but I wonder if over the next week and change, 2 weeks, if all of a sudden it's the Predators that you're hunting and not the Jets, depending 100%. On what the Jets do, clearly.
I mean, I don't know when the games in hand get evened out, but if the sooner that happens, the more legit Nashville looks. They also play each other this weekend, I believe. So, if Nashville wins that, they would be what? We're looking at the standings right now. They don't have points percentage there, of course, classic. So they would move closer to Winnipeg.
Yeah.
Pardon me?
On your screen it is. They've got points percentage. Alex has got the points percentage for you.
So the one time I wanted points, it's the one time we have points percentage up.
Well, so you can't have it both ways. You rip everybody for paying attention to points.
You're asking for
Nashville
fans. So if Nashville beats
75,
2 back with 3 games in hand, that's huge. And I think Nashville, if you look at I think. Look, I don't think the roster's as good, but they're clearly playing better than Winnipeg. Nashville sold at the deadline. It's gone on a heater. Winnipeg has won just 4 in their last 13 games. Like, not everything, but form is certainly saying Nashville.
There's a sick feeling when you're a team that is in a playoff spot and you're losing games and you can't grab a hold. Last night, Boston beats Winnipeg 3-0. It was 1-0 very early on, if not the first shot of the game. And Flames fans, everybody knows that feeling, right? Do you want to be the hunter? Do you want to be the hunted? Obviously, I think you'd still rather be the hunted. You want to be in that playoff spot and have your own destiny in your hands and that sort of thing. But I don't know. I'm not sure what the mood is in Winnipeg right now. as Hellebuck was in, lets one in early. They have it's an empty net goal that ends up going in to make it 3-0. But there's some puckering. There is some puckering out in Manitoba, to be sure.
And no shame in losing to Boston. And if you look at the 4-game stretch, the 2 Florida teams plus Carolina and Boston, they go 2-2. That's really respectable. It's the stretch before that was pretty miserable. And yeah, I think it's a white knuckle ride right now. Keep in mind the Flames will play one more against Winnipeg and one more against Nashville before the end of the year. April 5, April 10. Those are huge games. I believe the 5th is in Winnipeg, but the Nashville game's in Calgary. I'll confirm that. But like, we're going to get to see a bit of this play out. They might end up missing the Flames. Like, if it's peak Flames, it'll be peak sadness. They'll finish 9th in the West. But there's going to be a fun little ride here for a while if they can keep getting points strung together. And I think that's more fun than, there's 12 games left and they're clearly out and they're clearly not going to be in the Bedard sweepstakes. This is a more entertaining finish to the story.
Let's snug it up. Let's get everything nice and snug. Snug things right up down to the wire. Yeah, just nice and snug. You know what I mean? That'd be great. Don't we deserve it? I think we do. I think we deserve it. Snug it up.
Keep telling us we're not good people. We sponsors, they're better people than us. Us bad people. We need this to get tight. Let's go.
Yeah,
something for us. Right?
We maybe don't deserve it, but we'd sure like it. It'd be great if we could. That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
St. Paddy's Day. Are you going out after the show? What are your plans today? What are you up to?
Okay. So we've got
you're an animal.
Kid pickup almost immediately. I've been rough too. I was sick last week. Just get healthy in time to put 2 idiot nights together. Feel just okay this week. I'd rather not it be St. Patrick's Day this week. If it was next week, that'd be better. That's saying a lot for me. But I will do kid pickup immediately after the show. Can we be out of here at 12:10? Is that crazy? Can we do that?
I don't care. Yeah, that'd be fine.
And then
I think, go ahead.
Kids got a badminton lesson, and then I hand off at 5 to Mama as we have an event planned for a good buddy of ours. Remember Dan? We went and visited Danny in his office. She went in the summer trying to figure out our lives. Danny's finished chemo and he's recovered for a couple months. And so all the boys are going to scoop him up in the limo, and we're taking him out to spank some golf balls. So,
Danny boy. Danny boy. Attaboy. Well done.
To date, not even knowing it's St. Patrick's Day. So who knows how this goes.
Well, let's get the lay of the land. We were going to go to Mad Rose Pub today. We thought, no, maybe we'll let paying patrons, good people, normal folk, take up the space in Mad Rose Pub. Wait, as we go live to Mad Rose, look at that. We got Matty Boy. There's Matty Moore, Mad Rose Pub. Hey Matty,
guys.
how are we? What's going on?
I'm doing great. How you doing?
We're awesome.
Oh, well.
We're awesome.
Top of the morning to you.
Yes, top of the morning. When was the first pint poured today? When are you allowed to? I guess by law, because I know you would never.
5 minutes ago.
Yeah, there you go. So is this day as busy as we just assume it is? It's jam-packed from start to finish?
Absolutely. One of our busiest days of the year for sure. Yeah, really, really busy. We got, and especially it being on a Friday too. I mean, it's going to be it's going to be a banging night for sure.
I feel like this is talking to Bill Belichick, like on the morning of Super Bowl. It's like, this is a huge day. Like, we're granted some amazing access here. Are people ready for a huge shift? Is everyone like pumped up, energy drinks? Let's go.
Oh yeah.
2, 3 in the morning.
Absolutely. We're staffed up. We're ready to go. We just opened our new patio too this week. It's fantastic. Heated, enclosed patio. So it's basically grand opening for it today. I can maybe give you guys a little bit of I don't know if you can. I'm out here right now.
Wow.
So that's right out the front doors. Holy
That's
crap.
right, exactly. Yeah.
Look at this.
Yeah, so right now it's
nice.
just it's the calm before the storm.
So I'm looking on your social media here. You've got the Mad Rose Pub on Instagram. We're doing Guinness. We got a special on Guinness. We got a special on Jameson shots. Is it Rowe and Company shots? Is that what we're doing?
That's right. Yeah, it's $8 Guinness, $5 shots of Rowe & Co. Jameson, $15 fish and chips, and $1 off Wild Rose Velvet Fog pints. So it's
do you enjoy?
We're stacked with specials today.
Nice. Do you enjoy the Irish whiskey? Do you enjoy?
I do. I do. Yeah.
Yeah.
I do. I enjoy it. You bet.
So,
I've got a full shift today, though. I'm here from open to close, so
yeah.
I'll enjoy it a little later.
Today? Yeah. Would you say you're working today or you're at work today? Yeah, because there's sometimes you're at work.
I have to do a bit of both today. Yeah.
Well, that's awesome.
Okay,
buddy. So go ahead, Ryan.
Give us the some of the stats on St. Paddy's Day? Like, how many people are we tossing into the parking lot today? How many makeouts in the booth in the corner? Like, give us some factoids, or like give us a little shape and flavor. This is a marathon, not a sprint today.
That's right. I might have to follow up with you guys on Monday with the stats on everything.
Okay.
Yeah. We'll see how it goes.
Because it's very much where adults are given a pass to act like complete children, and no one's going to judge you today.
No, not at all.
It's the good news.
We're all here for a full shift and a good time.
Beautiful. 15 Royal Vista Place. Congrats on the patio. Now that you mentioned, I remember the last time we were there. You had the shit was going in the ground. You were getting ready for it. How long were you planning?
Exactly,
how long's the planning stage been for this? It's taken a while.
It feels like a year. Wow. Yeah.
Beautiful. So how many extra seats do you get with that now outside?
It gives us 43. A total of 43. So we've got an extra, probably about 8 or 9 tables here.
Beautiful.
Love it.
Well done. Well done.
Yeah, that's great.
Have fun today.
I was going to say, we see a lot on social media. A lot of people are posting videos or posting pictures. They're going up to Mad Rose. They're having the pizza. They're having the food. They're loving it. I know you're seeing it on social media as well. We're happy the barn burner folk are taking good care of you.
Absolutely. It's fantastic, guys. This has been so great for the pub. We had a guy in last Friday. He introduced himself to me, and he said that he came all the way from Copperfield just to have a pizza. And I thought he was just in the area, but he wasn't. He came all the way from Copperfield just to have a pizza. So this has been a fantastic partnership. So I'm really, really excited to be a part of it.
And you're welcome that we didn't come in there today and take up a bunch of space and Pinder spilling stuff all over the floor. We'll let your actual customers do that for you. Thanks, Matt. Enjoy St. Paddy's Day. Thanks for being a part of it. God love you. Be well, buddy.
All the best, guys. Take care. All the best.
We'll catch him on St. Paddy's Day and
I know,
have a couple Guinnesses with him.
And we've been saying for a while that there's pubs everywhere, right? And there's a lot of great pubs in the city and all of that. But the food, the atmosphere, the food specifically, I think that you can have a pub and then just serve grub, and people, if it's in your neighborhood, some people aren't going to care. I don't know that everybody's driving from South Calgary to Mad Rose, but definitely if you're in the area, you go have the pizza, because they take a lot of pride in it. The dough, the sauce, as we've been telling you for a long time, they're making that fresh every day. The food is top floor, and it's a great pub, and that outdoor thing now is awesome. I'm happy for them. That's not cheap. You got to put yourself out there and expand. So happy for Matt. Mad Rose Pub in Royal Oak, 20 beers on tap, kid friendly, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. Not today. Don't take your kids.
Not kid friendly today. No, that's a good point.
Not today. Not today.
Boy,
get after it. Mad Rose. Yeah. MadRose.pub is the website. You can get Skip or DoorDash or whatever you're doing for your food. You want to get that stuff taken out, or better yet, get yourself a spot and stay all day. 15 Royal Vista Place. Good old Matty boy. I wanted to. We had Benny Hebert of Team Botcher, the Canadian Championship curler, the world curling champion, and great guy. I think a lot of people, because he was on the pod on Tuesday or Wednesday. I think a lot of people saw that we had a curler on and thought, okay, well, I'll catch tomorrow's show, but got into it and realized, okay, this guy's friggin' great. This guy is a beauty, and there's a reason why he's got podcasts and you see him everywhere, and he's a great guy. And our numbers for that show, I know that the streams are up and the downloads have been really strong. I just want to point you in that direction. If you haven't checked out our show with Benny Hebert from earlier in the week, do it over the course of the weekend. You will enjoy it. There's some great stories in there. Winning gold in Vancouver at the Olympics, how he celebrated that win, life on the road as a curler, and beyond that. It's not just, I don't think it's, we didn't get too deep in the strategy of, the 8 rock rule or fucking whatever it is, but he's a great guy. It's one of the best ones we've had in a while. 4 rock rule, 8 rock rule. You're a curler. What is it?
5 rock
You're
rule.
big.
5 stone rule. Yeah.
5 rock rule. Whatever. Fuck. Anyway, Benny Hubert, go and check out that podcast if you're looking for something to listen to. You're looking for something over the weekend to put in your ear holes. That is a good one. We got to get Benny on again soon. Love that guy. He and his rink.
St. Patrick's Day wingman, would he not?
Oh, dude,
like this is his type.
Well, it's good. He was telling us he's gonna, when the Scotties are in town, he wants to take us in there, show us just how popular he is with all the old birds, all the blue hairs. Be just loving up, humping his leg. Oh yeah,
grandmas. Is that what he said?
Yeah, he's big at the old folks' home. Big at the old folks' home, and he, like us, partners with the Hearing Loss Clinic. HearingLoss.ca is the website. It's Travis Rhodes. Let's be honest. Travis Rhodes is a great guy. He's, he'll be having some fun today. He'll be having himself a day. But I think there are 4 Calgary locations. There are 5 others in BC, in the lower BC area. They're a local company that has just kept growing and growing. 1993 is when the Hearing Loss Clinic was founded. And it's another one of those partners of ours that is Calgary-based, Calgary-born and bred, and all about our city. And I know they've got other locations, but it started here. They sponsor us. They sponsor Benny Hubert and Team Botcher. They give back to the community. And that's one of the things I'm loving about this whole thing, Pinder, is finding people. When we just had Matt on, right? It's Calgary people taking care of Calgary people. And certainly, well, you could have a Guinness today with Matt. Yeah. For Travis Rhodes. These people, and I'm having fun with it, they can change your life. There's a lot of people who live with hearing impairment or hearing loss and don't think that there's anything they can do. It's just a sign of getting older. It's really not. Go in and have get your assessment done, hearingloss.ca, book yourself in, visit one of the locations for an evaluation. They are the absolute best at what they do. A Chamber of Commerce Professional Services Excellence Award winner. On Twitter, at The Hearing Loss. On Instagram, The Hearing Loss Clinic is where you go. And I know I'm going to be going in there. We've had there's been some things going on at the old Barn Burner and Flames Nation. We've got some things going on, but I am going to get in there. We're going to get get my hearing figured out, because I am getting old, but I'm also dumb when it comes to listening to loud music over the years in my headphones and all that sort of stuff. A lot of Burton Cummings at high volume. It can take its toll, Pinder.
I mean, there's only so much you can do to contain yourself. I get it. We've seen when the boom cat starts belting out some melodies. Because my dad lost his hearing in his mid-30s to the point where he's basically stone deaf, had a cochlear implant, life-changing stuff. You watch a guy go from super, isolated and tough to be social, and any environment where there's people around, it's just like you feel like you're a fish out of water, to now all of a sudden we could take him to Mad Rose today and he'd be able to have a conversation. It's incredibly life-changing stuff. And for peace of mind, I'll go every year or two to get my hearing tested. And you're thinking like, oh man, I got a little ring. What happened there? And that was loud. Am I all right? To get that note that like, oh, your hearing's just fine. It's like, man, like, does that ever feel good? Weight off your shoulders. And if there is an issue, you're tackling it early ahead of time. And there's all kinds of stuff to help you along the way. If you have an issue with your eyes, you'd get glasses, Dean. If you've got an issue with your ears, don't ignore it.
There you go. Hearingloss.ca. And it did just kind of strike me the other day when Benny was in. It's like, yeah, hearing loss clinic, giving back to a lot of people. And it goes just beyond us and the curling rink. But great Calgary people, go and give them your support as they support others. Time for the Pinder Report. Now, I got a bit of an update for you. I don't know, a bit of an update for you. Let me, because I want to get this right, because this is important details. It's $1 million. It's a lot of dough, right? Village Honda. Ooh. They've got $1 million to buy used vehicles. They're paying top dollar for vehicles, $1 million to do it. In addition to that, sell them your vehicle. Stop in, no obligation, get the assessment done, or you're going to figure out what your car's worth. And if you sell them your vehicle, even if you don't buy one of theirs, Tropical Cruise for 2. They are committed to getting cars on their lot. They are not messing around. When you go to Village Honda, you're going to have new, you're going to have used. It's not going to be a wasted trip in any way, shape, or form. Northwest Auto Mall, online at villagehonda.com. Sellers receive a Tropical Cruise for 2 exclusively at Village Honda. I wanted to make sure I got that right. That's right from Tanya and everybody up at Village Honda. So They mean business, buddy. They mean business. And for whatever reason, they bring you the Pinder report.
Probably nudes or blackmail of some sort, but they do provide the Pinder report every day. And we start last night in Vegas, Dean, where the Flames 0-7-1 all time in Vegas. Well, they were clearly screwed. You saw our Betway Bets of the day. We were heavy Vegas. Something a little weird, though. The hockey gods and the gambling gods thought the Flames should be favored. What do they know that we don't know?
Yeah. And we kind of had some fun. Yeah, we had some laughs, didn't we? We had some good chuckles yesterday. What are these guys thinking? The Flames? Yes. Do they not pay attention?
Is it St. Patty's Day where they're setting the lines in the gaming universe? Or are they already hammered? What the hell's going on?
These guys are drunk.
Yeah, well, but us in hindsight. Here's a clip from Afterburner last night. We were talking about the Flames' futility against the worst teams in the league and their ability to actually play really well against the best in the league.
I want another couple sports analogies because I feel like we're driving it home, but it's just hockey. Imagine a golfer on the PGA Tour hitting over half of their putts from like 12, 15 feet and being like 50-50 on 2-foot putts.
Yeah, just right? Lipping out.
Imagine someone being better shooting from the logo at center court and missing layups all night. Like, that is why this team is driving people nuts. They're doing the equivalent of that. The easy things they make really hard. The hard things they make look easy. Please, make some 2-foot putts. Would you?
Dallas is not a 2-foot putt.
No.
The Kings are not a 2-foot putt.
No, Anaheim is on Tuesday.
So here we are. Flames beat a good team. And the schedule's got some good teams in the next week and a half. And after that, it's a lot of teams you should beat. Should beat has been like, scary territory for the Flames this year. Here's a look at the game last night, some of the stats. Pair for Toffoli, 2 helpers as well. Some thoughts that might have been the best individual skater performance we've seen from a Flame this season. Certainly amongst the forward ranks. It'd be tough to compete with that. 4 points, big goals, setting up some big plays as well. Rasmus with a pair of helpers. Blake Coleman gets credited with a pair. His 3-2 goal you talked about, that was a big one. They had just tied the game, had Vegas at 2-2 to get that lead back, get into the locker room with a lead, and then they get a big save from Jacob Markstrom to hold on to that 3-2 lead. And from there, it was gone. You noted it. They really threw the wet blanket on after that 3-2 goal.
Yeah, Vegas had a few shots early in the third period, but to hold Vegas at home to under 19, as Rhett would say, somebody could go and do the math and do the homework. I'm too lazy to do it, but I'm guessing there are not many games at T-Mobile in their existence that they've been held to 19 under 20, let alone 19 or less.
Yeah, that's a good point. More on the game. We mentioned Afterburner. There's also an article up on FlamesNation. Flames hit lucky 7 in Vegas. They sure did last night. 7-2 final. And one of the key principles of the victory and one of the steadiest forwards of the season, maybe in the same class as Tyler Toffoli, it's his birthday today. Do you know?
Oh,
Saint Backlund. Saint Backlund, 34. 34?
Drunk already. St. Patty's Day. Hammered.
Schnapps. Hey, Lango from Haflalale. Maybe not. It's a game day tomorrow against Dallas. But either way, happy birthday, Mikael Backlund. Could he have a career year at 34, Dean? Or are we sort of placing this amongst the better years, but not clearly his best?
I think it's among the better years. It's interesting you brought that up because I got looking that Tyler Toffoli, right, with he's up to 28. Whatever it is now, 28 goals. 31 is his career best, I believe. Yep. And already for points, he's there. This is a career year for points for him. Dylan Dubé hits 18 goals. That ties his career best. And Backlund with 17. We've always just kind of said, if you can get 15, 20 from Mikael Backlund, you feel like you're doing all right. His career high is 22 from 16, 17. A couple years he had 21. So I don't know that he gets there. It doesn't take long you get a couple here and a couple there, but it's not really how you judge him anymore. It's not that it's gravy when you get a goal from Mikael Backlund necessarily, but it sure seems like he does get chances, right? There was that breakaway chance yesterday. I think it was in the first period, or maybe it was in the second before they tied it up. He's around it. He's looked
2-0 breakaway.
And I know Rasmus Andersson called him the leader. He said he's the guy. We're not in the locker room. And there would have been a time where that would have seemed really kind of hard to wrap your head around, that Mikael Backlund would be the leader. But you can kind of see it. He's a composed, mature guy out there. And it's not that he's scrapping, but he stands up for himself and he is physical. He's become very well-rounded, and he's not going to lead your team in goals, quite likely, or points, or maybe not even a Selke guy anymore. But he really has become a very important part of the team. I do wonder when that contract is over, if he's a guy that stays here and is a career Flame. It just feels like that's the way it could go for him.
So 34 this year means he'll turn 35 next year. That's the last year of his deal. You could talk with him this summer, and if he wants to be a career Flame, I don't think it's crazy. You could throw in a 2 or 3 year deal at a much lower number than what he's making now. Or you just say, hey, look, we got a great relationship, a great rapport. We'll run this right into expiry and talk that summer. And I don't know. It's been a very, very slow but steady rise of his importance, his game, his contributions to the team, certainly in leadership. I think that's what you just described. If all of a sudden he can add 2, 3, 4 more years to the resume, I mean, he starts to get into that pantheon of, one jersey players for this city. And there's not a lot of those. And maybe that's worthy of some special things down the road. Interesting thoughts ahead. By the way, the Toffoli career high, 28, 52 game season he had. So I would suggest that Montreal year after the pandemic, when he came over from Vancouver, on pace for essentially 40. Like that was a monster year, but in terms of full seasons, this clearly is best.
I guess my final thought on Backlund, because we don't know what the team is going to do. Will it hinge on whether they make the playoffs? I guess it will. I don't know who's the GM and all of that. I feel like Backlund is one of those guys that it almost wouldn't matter what your direction is. Are you win now or are you rebuilding? He's a setter. Yeah. He's evolved into a bit of a leader for you. And in that room, I just think that regardless of what and how you want to mold this team in the next few years, I think he can be a part of it without any issue.
I'd agree. The only fly in the ointment would be one that I'd say for anyone, not just Mikael Backlund. How do you feel about the coach? And if the coach is back, are you signing up for more of it? Because you don't have many opportunities to lead.
Yeah.
We'll see.
And is there something, have you and your family and your wife, is there a city where you've always wanted to live? Do you want to be closer to home conference-wise? And could you get considerably more money somewhere? There's that.
I don't know that'll be the case.
Be your last contract, right?
Yeah. And for the birthday boy, last night's goal, a high skill, non-lucky, pure finisher type goal. They were due some puck luck, weren't they? Do you know?
They got some.
Right.
Yeah.
Trangelo's stick and then off the helmet of Quick and in. That a boy, Mikael. Dallas tomorrow at the Dome, the 1-game homestand. That means it's the first game back, but it's also the last game of a homestand, Dean. There's a lot of emotions, I know, before they go right back to where they were. Dallas.
Well, and you want them to play it. You want them to play it in Dallas. That's what you were really hoping this was going to be in Dallas. Yeah.
They're there. It would make a lot of sense if that happened, but instead they're going to get some more frequent flyer points, which I'm sure they're thrilled about here in mid-March. Dallas's form of late, 1-3 in a row, including that 10-4 beating over the Buffalo Sabres when Rhett liked the over, but he also liked the Sabres to win. And they've lost back-to-back games since then, so we'll see. Oilers got them last night. Before that, it was the Canucks, who the Flames will see twice down the stretch, and they're putting up some goals. I still don't know that they defend, but they've got Demko back, and they're scoring a ton. The Canucks will have some say in where the Flames finish in all this as well. So that's a look at Dallas's recent form. Okay, West standings. Let's take a peek after last night. We told you about the Nashville loss, the Winnipeg loss, the Calgary 7-2 win in Vegas. It means things are tighter and better than they were. This was a club that was 7 points out not that long ago. You can see they're 3 back of Winnipeg, games played even. They're now ahead of Nashville, but Nashville, of course, has those 3 games in hand. You will play them once not 3 times. So Nashville still controls their destiny against the Calgary Flames, and of course the higher points percentage as well. But you asked it, is it Winnipeg or Nashville that Flames fans should be looking to reel in? Those points percentage almost identical. They're both in similar standing, and certainly one team's playing better than the other right now. 15 games to go. We'll see. Good friend of the show, Jordan.
Right, you know, come on.
Bugger
Bugger
off.
off.
They're doing. Yeah,
Right?
Get rid of some of these old fossils. Reload and get in. Oh, how much fun are they having?
They re-up,
Talk about loose.
Didn't they re-up our boy Jankowski?
Janko on a 1-year deal. Yeah.
Yeah.
Lock in that depth when you can. If he plays 82 against the Flames, he'll have 100 goals. Bastard.
I was going to say.
Suspension for Jordan Binnington. That was made official yesterday. We talked about the antics. This is before he comes over the top rope with the blocker and the stick into Ryan Hartman's cranial region.
The cranial. Yeah, cranial.
And they know him well. Department of Player Safety. They didn't have to go find the white pages for old Binnington's number. So he's going to miss 2. And get this, noted Michael Frolik, ice time and usage expert Alan Walsh, who is the agent for Marc-Andre Fleury, leaked this out yesterday. During the antics, Fleury was mic'd up. What are the odds it was this game? Have a listen.
Hey, let's go. Let's go. No, let's go. Come on. It'll be good. No. He always goes with everybody. He always fights everybody, you know? Okay. It'll be fun, no? Get the crowd going a bit, you know? I'll just get my stuff. I don't like having my hair like this, you know? He's gone.
He's gone.
I mean,
I'm just going to go get my stuff. I mean,
so great. Come on, he always wants
to.
I like that he's years later. He's still kind of got that little bit of français still in there, you know. My hair, I don't like my hair like this. He's crazy, you know. It'd be fun, yes. Oh man,
should have bet everyone. Come on, please. No.
He's one of the most beloved guys in the league. Everybody loves Marc-Andre Fleury. That's terrific. Love it.
More popular
and truly, Binnington, he wants to fight everybody. He is. At the very least, he thinks he likes to fight guy. He likes to fight guy. Haven't seen him fight a whole lot. We don't know if he's any good at it, but he does seem to think that he likes to fight. He's like, it was Hammerhand in Slapshot, wasn't it? Where the teams knew they could get under his skin. Hey, your wife, Suzanne sucks. Maybe that's maybe that's what Hartman said to him when he was skating through the crease. Hey, Suzanne. He went freaking crazy.
And
I know.
Wonderful.
She's a great gal.
Connor McDavid, 57 last night.
Yeah.
57. Have a peek.
When
he scores 57 this easily, it feels like, why wouldn't he score 75? Like, just keep her going here, bud. This is the Dallas team the Flames will host. This was in Edmonton last night. It's a power play, which already seems unfair.
Chrysler, McDavid fires and scores.
Leave him open in the
57.
How many games of the circles? You leave him wide open. How
possession in the offensive
zone?
What are we doing? Puck around,
who's watching this guy? Hey,
just kind of sneaks around Kiviranta here, and he's wide
13
open.
games left.
Pick your spot,
and with 13 more goals, that seems about fair, doesn't it? That would put him at 70. Nice round total. We haven't seen numbers like this since
wish we could cheer for him.
80s, early 90s. You know, get us some fucking best on best, Gary. Get off your ass. Go see the old Boston mayor, Wallaby Wooten Hod. Get a fucking best on best tournament so we can cheer for this cat. Poor bastard's been freezing his balls off, missing the playoffs half his career in Edmonton. Let's go. Crosby, McDavid, McKinnon never play together. Can we do this, please, Gare?
Enough with the cartoons. Nickelodeon BS.
Yes.
Let's go.
You could get off the big city greens and start working on the new World Cup of Hockey. Don't put it in Toronto. Take it to Prague. We'll have fun. Dean and I will come. We'll be there, right?
Yeah, we'll go.
Tonight, here's your slate. Lighter night, just 4 games.
Oh,
so we've got Buffalo, Philly. Okay, Buffalo. Get her going, boys, if you want to get in here. Get the Freddie Anderson Bowl between the Leafs and the Canes. Is that the TJ Oshie Bowl, St. Louis and Washington?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Who can lose the most in the next month bowl between Anaheim and Columbus? Those are some Bedard front runners right there, my friend.
I saw with the Flyers, they got the Sabres. There was Travis Konechny, he's banged up. There's a chance he may not play for the rest of the season.
Oh,
there's going to be a lot of these. Why? Risk it. We're just going to keep him out. There could be some season-ending injuries come up here a fair bit, I think, in the last few weeks.
I have an injury report for you after the Pinder report.
Oh, good. Yes.
If you really want to see some teams getting dedicated, the Montreal Canadiens have a list longer than an elephant's trunk of people that are hurt. We can have a wander through it. It's quite something. Bedard watch right now is Columbus, Chicago, San Jose is your top 3. Anaheim's right there as well. These idiots, though, I think have won 4 or 5. What are you doing? You want them or not? Come on. Can't be winning 3 out of 4. Flames can hardly win 3 out of 4. Big news out of the Quebec Major Junior Hockey League, or is it? They are set to ban fighting in the coming seasons. Reaction to that has been, as you might expect, the Don Cherry types losing their minds. Other people noting that a lot of the hockey world that we enjoy and like and tournaments that we love don't have fighting. Here's Scott Wheeler of The Athletic. This will have a near zero impact on fan support, impact on draft interest, or the NHL readiness of its players. Those saying that it will are out of touch with the game and the marketplaces of junior hockey. And it's a well-made point. There's no fighting in college. There's no fighting in junior A hockey, where a lot of good players are getting churned out. Scouts are not bemoaning the fact that a player, oh, geez, he played in Brooks. We don't know how he's going to fight. We can't be picking Makar early. We don't know how he's going to do in fights. And to be fair, you don't really have to fight in the NHL right now if you don't want to. I think people are worried this will mean no fighting in the NHL down the road, but this is the QMJHL making a decision on their own. And Dean, the number, 0.07 fights per game. That's 0.07 fights per game in the Q. If fans are showing up mad there weren't fights, they haven't been paying attention. There are hardly any to begin with. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I was going to say, I haven't paid as close attention to junior hockey, obviously, in the last little bit, but my guess is that to say that there's no more fighting will make a very little wrinkle in what you're seeing. I don't know. You talk to guys that play, and they say it's important because it keeps guys honest and in check. But as you said, it's becoming such a small part of the game at every level. There would have been a time where this would have been a massive, there would have been a huge reaction and outcry and backlash. I don't know that it's time, but I think you can certainly get away with it if that's what you want to do.
And I think that we're all hypocrites and we talk about it. Like you hate to see when someone gets knocked out. You hate to see brain injuries. You hate to see players that are retired in their 40s, 50s, and 60s not living good lives. And there's a very strong link between blows to the head and CTE and, early mental health issues with people. We also love watching a good fight. So as fans of this sport, we're all kind of hypocritical. We love to see a good tilt. We also, oh my God, geez, that stretcher's coming out. You kind of can't have it both ways, but we all want it both ways. You know what I mean?
I wonder if we ever get to and I think we do. I think the answer is we probably do get to the point where fighting just isn't a part of the game anymore. Again, somebody could do the work. I'm too lazy to do it, but I just feel like when we saw a Stetcher fight last night.
Yeah.
I mean, do you even remember the last time that there was a fight? Maybe it was Dennis Gilbert. It's just the game has changed so much that it does feel like it's just a matter of time till it's gone.
Yeah, and if you wanted to tell me that those are professionals making tons of money that, understand the risks, I'd believe that. I don't know that it's the same in junior. Your job is to develop young humans. Blows to the head, not necessarily the best way to do it. If they want to learn how to fight, absolutely they can. And I still think this isn't to suggest okay, it's banned. If you fight, your career's over. It's a game misconduct and you miss the next game. If there's something so egregious that happens, you can still fight. It's just comes along with the game suspension and you miss the next. And to be fair, it's been that way for over a decade in junior A leagues across this whole country. So we'll see. It's kind of not really.
Well, it's just, and I think it's all Bennington's fault. Bennington's running around wanting to fight everybody. It's affecting every level of hockey. The whole sport is upside down.
Finally, some lighter news. We did get some video again from Rhett's people. I don't know if this is the shoveler. He had a new purchase. He was very proud to show off. And let's go to some sort of frozen surface near Buffalo for this.
Genuine ostrich. 3 payments. Oh! What's that? Oh, I'm just goofing. New boot goofing.
Oh! So the ostrich skin, 3 payments, brand new boots, goofing around, having fun. Poor Rhett. Big spill there. It's those cowboy boots got to be snug for that to work, eh? Look good,
I think so. I'll say this, though. He looks better than the last time we saw him out on a sheet of ice.
I mean, he looks better, but I think the jean shorts are a bad move when you're skating. I think that's a rookie move from Rhett. He should know better than this. That is a Stampede get up when it's plus 30. Come on now, Rhett. You know better than that.
Come on, Rhett. Clean it up. Figure it out.
It's your Pinder report, Dino.
It is the Pinder Report, brought to you by Village Honda. Get your piece of the $1 million buy-in event. Get cash for your vehicle. Village Honda is paying top dollar, and they'll throw in a tropical cruise to boot. Get more details. Get all the details at villagehonda.com. It's Village Honda, your dealership for life in the Northwest Auto Mall. Now, you mentioned the injury report. Excuse me. We'll pivot there. A presentation of McLeod Law, Peter Klein, and the folks over with the personal injury. I'm going to have to just give one.
Oh, it's got a mute button. That's good. You got the cough button. Well done.
Yeah.
Hear a thing.
Personal injury lawyers over at McLeod Law, they are going to help take the stress off your shoulders. You're not alone. Let them handle all of your legal, insurance, medical claims so you can just focus on getting well and your recovery. Extensive experience and an understanding of your specific needs. McLeod-law.com, the website, on social media across all platforms at McLeod Law LLP. And of course, there's Peter Klein. You can contact him directly. Let's take a peek at the injury report now for McLeod Law.
Yeah, Dallas coming up, Dino, and the Stars have got some notable players that are missing, and recently too. I think we even talked about it on a show earlier this week or last week. Tyler Seguin, it was in the 10-4 game, 10-4, that he got sliced over the knee. A laceration. That some seemingly good news this morning on that potentially as early as next week he could return to the lineup. He will not be ready for tomorrow's game in Calgary against the Flames. Mason Marchment also got dinged up very recently. It's a knee issue. He's out 3 to 4 weeks. And Scott Wedgwood is working through a lower body injury. He is day-to-day skating again, but doesn't sound like he'd be on the docket to start in terms of next game. And then there's Luke Glendening as well listed as dinged up. Matt Murray, the other Matt Murray, the one I drafted because I was a drunk idiot at my draft in round 9, the backup right now. So not the Leafs.
Well, see, that serves you right for drafting any Matt Murray after you've trashed Matt Murray in real life for as long as you have.
Stockton, it was a buy low opportunity.
I see. Yeah, I bet it was. Yeah. Yeah. Odd he was available in round 9.
That's right.
Now, was the other Matt Murray selected by that? Is that how drunk you were that Toronto's
Matt Murray was already?
The
other Matt Murray was going to go. So I wanted that Matt Murray. And then for some reason, when I searched the last name, I'm like, man, Yahoo's an idiot. They got him listed in Dallas draft. And then people were laughing at me. But the good news is we're in the playoffs. We're off to a great start this week. If we win the thing and we botched a ninth round pick, even more bragging rights, right? Just toss a pick every year.
That's good to know, Ryan. That's your injury report. Go ahead. Go ahead.
LA Kings coming in. They'll be hosting the Flames on Monday. Dursey and Fiala currently out for them. And for the Flames, same usual suspects. Michael Stone's still out. He was spotted on crutches like a month ago. And Oliver Shillington's still back in Sweden. Other quick notes. Kaprizov not skating yet. He got hurt the game after the Flames rallied and beat them. It was in Winnipeg, I believe. He got smothered by Logan Stanley, right? Smothered. And Austin Matthews revealed he's been playing through a hand injury a bunch of the season, which would explain why he doesn't have 57 goals. Austin.
So he is out, eh? Okay, good to know. Good to know.
Who's up?
The injury report is brought to you by McLeod Law. Call Peter Klein, 403-254-3664. Their website, mcleod-law.com. It's a general firm. You name it when it comes to anything in the legal department that you need in your life, whether you're a business, personal, injury, whatever it is, there's only one place you need to go. They are Calgary born, Calgary proud, McLeod Law, and they bring you the injury report. I don't want to give anything away, but McLeod Law, a little tie-in for you. Little birdie told me they might be part of our playoff draft coming up. The inaugural barn burner. Now I know what you're saying. Well, how can they if the teams aren't even on sale? How can you? Well, what? Well, let's just say being a part of the barn burner family has some perks. Maybe you get a little. When are you guys putting these on sale? I know what you're saying. Listen, there's a lot of things going on behind the scenes. We are going to have everything figured out. This is going to be a sold-out event. This is going to be a banger. The inaugural Barn Burner Playoff Draft in support of kids sport at the Grey Eagle Resort and Casino, Friday, April 14th. We are going to have, it's a good point by Kevin, was trading emails with Kevin Webster. He's like, we need to make sure that all the audio visual, we need the microphones and the screens and everything set up. It's, that's true. We're going to need that draft board, going to need everything all set up. This is no flunky setup, Pinder. We're going all out for this one. And teams will be going on sale next week. I know we said maybe it was going to be this week, but there's just a few more things, right? We just want to make sure there's been, let's just say there's been a lot of interest, and we're pumped. We're getting, and
we're working on the menu, Dean.
We're working on the menu.
We're
doing everything. That's the thing. A lot of places. Oh, well, they don't know what's going on. No, we're figuring some beef on a bun, or what are we looking at here? We care about you. When you show up for this event, we want to make sure that you're taken care of and that you'll be back next year and the year after and the year after. But again, in support of kids sport, they've been great with us. They've been patient and doing a lot for us, so we appreciate that. But yeah, this is going to be sold out. It's going to be a big one. We want you to be a part of it. Keep watching this show. Keep listening to this show and watching our social media across all the platforms. We'll give you just a little bit of lead time. You'll be ready to go online and buy your team, but I suggest you be ready because it's going to go. It's going to go. Great.
I'm jacked, man. It's going to be good. Always great. And then mix in that it's going to be our first barn burner event. A lot of people we haven't seen for a long time in the same room. Mixing it up. Taking it out, chopping it up. Let's go.
Cutting it up like just like a couple old friends. Good guys. Getting together, having a few drinks. And then if you end up at the craps table afterwards, shooting dice, then so be it. Come on.
Dino to blowing your dice. Very reasonable rate for dice blowing.
Watch your mouth. Let's do some Betway Bets of the day. Okay. And what we're going to do? We're going to get into the weekend. We're going to get into the...
Let's get into it. St. Patty's.
Speaking of, before we move on from the playoff draft, Alex in Ottawa, our producer, was asking if you also got Sebastian Aho in round 11. What a steal.
No, I definitely knew the difference between the two Sebastian Ahos.
Sebastian Aho is still available. It's unbelievable. That's the other thing, because we've been talking about just little things we want to do that are a little different with the draft. We're thinking of should there be a really, really harsh punishment for somebody that drafts someone who's already been taken?
That's a balk. Runner gets to take his base. That's against the rules. You can't do that. It's a balk. And I think it probably would make sense if we had something like what Matt up at Mad Rose is going to be pouring into shot glasses today for the whole table for any balks that occur during the draft.
Yeah, you might have to tip one. I wonder if you can maybe buy your pick back for kids sport if it's going to cost you a little bit. Maybe there's something embarrassing. There's something of the embarrassing nature that you have to do. We'll get it could be a balk, or if you want to get that pick back and not be down a player, you could do something. Yeah, we'll figure that out because
brown belt for kids
some
sport,
drinking.
Yeah,
there will be some drinking, and we tend to not get smarter when we
David Pasternak, is he available? Pasternak is taken second overall. Drinks, balk, brown belt for kids sport.
It's one of the best things because, and the more egregious the selection is, the better it is. Like, what are you thinking? Like, it's not, no, he was taken the 9th round. He was, come on, taken an hour ago. Idiots.
Pay attention.
That's good. I'll write that down.
That's fun.
That'll be a part of it. We'll do our Betway Bets of the day. You mentioned a light schedule in the NHL tonight. I've got a couple for you. I went into the Betway app, Betway Bets of the day, and they have some pre-built bets. I went with a couple pre-built ones tonight. Ovechkin and Tage Thompson each score a goal plus 325. So that'll be my reach. We're talking goals, not points. So they both need to find the net. Plus 325. There's a reward there for you. And then this one, just points. Just get a point, Mitch Marner, Johnny Gaudreau, and Tage Thompson. The three of you cash in, plus 130. I like plus money, and I feel like Marner is nearly guaranteed these days. Gaudreau, I think you need to score to get a point, but I'm gonna cross my fingers. And Tage Thompson, he's been electric. So those are my two bets of the day.
I'm feeling saucy on St. Paddy's Day, Dino, and I'm with you on the Tage Thompson. I was thinking about dancing on the first goal of the game, but I like the anytime. They've got a team that maybe isn't known for having the most stringent net minding in the history of the NHL, and the Philadelphia Flyers. Tage has been great this year. Plus money for a Tage goal. We're on that. And then also I like Michael's son, William Nylander. Willie Nylander, who's been great this season. Power play point plus 155. That could be a fun one, Carolina, Toronto. Those two teams would love to see each other in the playoffs. It would mean things have gone very, very well.
Those are the Betway Bets of the day. It's Betway, our betting partner. Get that app on your phone, play along, be responsible. Bet the responsible way. That's right. Betway Bets of the day. So it's the Flames and the Stars on Saturday, and then as you mentioned, they have a couple back-to-back. First back-to-back in a while. LA Monday, Anaheim Tuesday, and then back home for Vegas.
Is that their last back-to-back of the year? Toledo. We are getting in the home stretch here.
No, they've got
I know they got Chicago, Winnipeg.
Yeah, Chicago, Winnipeg.
One of two left. I will be there on Saturday, Dean, with my people in the 300s.
Fair warning.
The shit out of Matt Murray for screwing my fantasy hockey.
No, that's right. So we'll be a lot smarter on Monday when we reconvene for another edition of this fine show. We believe Rhett will be back after his drunken escapade to Nashville.
He's going to be a mess.
Mm-hmm. There was no even... Yeah, there was no, I could maybe come on for 10 minutes. I could maybe come. Hey, Rhett, what about Friday? Are you able? He just said no. Again, you can do podcasts and you can do it from your phone. You can do it anywhere on the planet, it seems. But there he is.
There's Rhett right there. Yeah. Now, to be fair, we saw the computing ability of Rhett's brain yesterday after 2 days in Nashville. Add a third day in Nashville. St. Paddy's Day, probably a pint in the Eastern time zone already. I mean, I don't know if he can form sentences today. Probably a decision.
I find that's. I take great joy out of that, though. I do find the entertainment as he kind of has the lower the amount of blood in his head, the more entertaining I do find him to be. But was not meant to be, not going to be the case. So, all right. Hey, everybody, have a great St. Paddy's Day. Be smart. Let's have some fun, but be smart about it. And we'll all be back here on Monday for another one of these shows. Have a great weekend. Support the sponsors. They support us. We ask that you support them. They're very good people. That's how this whole thing works and how the world goes round. Subscribe to the FlamesNation YouTube channel. Like the shows. That helps, apparently, algorithms, and there's things about whatever. Yeah, so that whole thing. So it matters. It doesn't hurt. It doesn't cost you anything, but we'd sure appreciate it. And have a fine weekend.
5 stars. Let's go.
And
Love you.
Yeah, we'll be back with you next week. Have a great weekend, everybody. What would Rhett say?
Rhett would say the Oilers suck.
Beautiful.
Have a good weekend.
See you, buddies.
Go get it.